Okay, so now we have this NDVI that we've created and we use quantiles to zone it out. And that's fine. It's worked for me in the past using those 11 quantiles and kind of breaking it up like this. You know, it lines up with manned aircraft and drone NDVI pretty well. Obviously, this is more coarse than those kinds of NDVI images. But it works pretty well, especially if you're just trying to zone stuff out for like zonal harvesting or something. But the true, like, you know, academic way to zone something out is using a spatial analysis method called k-means clustering. And it's really simple to run now in QGIS. You can use a plugin called the Precision Agriculture Tools, or PAT, that was developed by Cicero, which is an Australian research group. So if you just Google Precision Agricultural Tools plugin Cicero manual, that first thing that pops up, just go ahead and click on that. And it'll bring you to this page, and then you can just click on this link here for the manual. And this is some GitHub thing. All you gotta do is click download, and then you'll just pull the manual up. And then the installation takes a bit of doing. You have to follow all these steps. It's an experimental plugin. And the reason they used, I think the reason they use QGIS 2.18 is because it's a very stable version of QGIS. And you can download QGIS 2.18 from the long-term repository, where I think they keep all of the versions. So go ahead and just follow this. It's very finicky and really annoying, but if I can figure it out, you can definitely figure this out. It definitely took me about 30 or 45 minutes to get this thing to actually install. All right, so now we have this QGIS 2.18. I've got the plugin up here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the layers. So I'm bringing the layers, like the blocks, which I believe is this one. Yep. And I'm going to put the labels on. And then I'm going to get rid of, there we go, make it a transparent fill. I'll go ahead and put on the map. Okay, it doesn't look like something is happening with the Open Layers plugin. I'm not really sure why the map isn't showing up, but it doesn't matter for this. So what we're going to do now is bring in the NDVI layer. Get rid of this, I don't need it. We're going to bring in the NDVI layer. So add layer, add raster layer, and Okay, and then there it is. I believe that's the clipped. Yep. And now what we're going to do, so I mean this can go up top above that. And you can see there's some issues here with the clipping, and that's just because we didn't actually clip it based on this boundary. It's not a big deal. So now what we're going to do is zone this out using k-means clustering, and I think it's better. It's nice to just look at things in 3 zones or 3 or 4 zones, because honestly, we're not going to manage to like 10 zones, because that would just be absurd. So what we're going to do is open the PAT plugin and then create zones with k-means clustering. And then so add in the this Shemeketa, so add in the NDVI layer. And we could do it with 3. I like to do it with 4 just because you have some areas where it's not really vineyard, you're actually like just measuring the headland or something. And then save as. And then I'm going to save it into the file that I've been saving everything for this tutorial. I'm going to put it in the Sentinel-2. Okay, so this is going to, it's saving as k-means with 4 clusters. And I don't actually know what the 50 centimeter is for, but go ahead and click save. Okay, and should be good to go, and click OK. And now it's just going to kind of wait and figure it out. So now here it is zoned out, so we can click out of there. And there you go. Now you've got a zoned image using k-means clustering, which feels super cool and very academic. So if you look at that image, if you look at those 2 images, we'll just kind of put them side by side. You can see they look very similar. So it's up to you how you want to do it. This, like I said, this is definitely the more academic, kind of true way to zone something out. This way's quick, though, and you can do it in the QGIS 3.4 or the newest edition. So you can decide whichever you want to do. You can obviously, this is obviously saved, so we can open it now in QGIS 3.4, which is what I'm running, which actually I think there's 3.6 or something now. But so we can go to add raster layer and then find, so there's the TIFF file with our k-means zoned. So there we go. And we can go into here and change the, yeah. There we go. So now we just single band pseudo color, and we can change the way that looks. But again, if you look at those, they look incredibly similar because it's basically, it's almost the same thing. So you can decide which way you want to do it. But yep, that's it. That's all you have to do to create NDVIs and zone them out. And then you can just turn this into a map and walk around the vineyard and zone your vineyard out and do differential harvesting or whatever else you want to do. Okay, cool.